Hi, you just have to click it on Cooking with Kian, and I'm Kian. On today's episode, we're going to be cooking good old-fashioned fried chicken. So don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned. To make this dish, you need the following: 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, 2 tablespoons of onion powder, 1 tablespoon of paprika, 1 tablespoon of seasoning salt, 1 teaspoon of lemon pepper, 1 teaspoon of cumin. With every episode, we like to feature a wine. So what we have here is a Kendall Jackson Pinot Grigio. Since 1982, Kendall Jackson has remained relentlessly committed to producing only the finest quality wines from grapes grown in California's cool coastal vineyards. They carefully match climates and soil types for each grape varietal and then guide each vineyard lot throughout the entire winemaking process. Kendall Jackson's Vintners Reserve Pinot Grigio white wine is stainless steel fermented and contains ripe and rich aromas in tropical mango, melon, pear, and juicy peach. Its bright fruit flavors and acidity contribute to the wine's layered texture and versatility. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and prep our chicken. So we have a cup of water here. Just pour that right over the chicken. And then we have a half a cup of vinegar, either be white vinegar or cider vinegar or any type of acid. And we're just going to go ahead and make sure that's washed very well, and then we're going to rinse it. Okay, because the reason why you want to do that is the reason why we clean a chicken, because if there's any salmonella that's on the outside of the chicken, it's gonna the acid from the vinegar is gonna most definitely kill it. Okay, so let's come over here now. We're gonna go ahead and pour that off, and we're gonna rinse our chicken. Okay, and the second step we would like to do is go ahead and pat dry your chicken. I like to go ahead and make sure nice and patted. Okay. You can use a paper towel for this, as you can tell. My favorite part is this thigh, left thigh. Oh, it's so delicious. Okay. And then what I like to do is I like to pre-season my chicken, just a little bit of paprika, a little bit of onion powder, a little bit of garlic. I do this because I think it adds flavor to my chicken. I'm just using the pinch. I'm using the same seasonings that I'm going to use when we flour the chicken. A little bit more of this seasoning salt. Okay. Okay, so now in step 3, we're going to go ahead and prepare our flouring. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put in my flour, put this in the bag. Okay. I like to go ahead and put in my garlic, my onion powder, my paprika, my seasoning salt, my lemon pepper, and my cumin. Seal that up really well. And just give it a nice toss around. Make sure my flours and the seasonings are distributed evenly. Okay. That looks good. There's my flour. Okay, and so step 4, what we're going to do is go ahead and flour our chicken. Go ahead and put that in the bag. I like to do one at a time because of space, and you don't really want the flour to clump up. And just give that a nice toss around. Give it a nice coating. You can also either use like buttermilk or egg, but I don't want, when you do that, you make the crust kind of look bready, but I really want just basic floured chicken, okay? I don't want it too crusty, because then it gets too bready. I just want a nice crust, crisp crust, not too much of a thickness. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do my thigh, my favorite piece of chicken. Make sure that you just kind of look it over and make sure. And then what I do is I take that and move that over to the side on a different plate. Now remember, all those seasons are in the flour mixture, so that's going to be coated very nicely. Get that tossed around. Shake off the excess. Because what has happened is if you put too much flour into your oil mixture, it can actually degrade the oil and also make the oil burn. So you want to try to get as much flour off the chicken you possibly can. So make sure it's coated very well. Okay, shake off the excess. One more piece. Okay, so now we're going to do step 5, which is the final step. We're going to go ahead and fry our chicken. Okay, go ahead, and I like to use my tongs when lowering it down into the hot grease. What you don't want to do, you don't want to overcrowd the grease itself. So I'm going to go ahead and start with 3 pieces. And as you notice, I'm using a cast iron skillet. This is called a Dutch oven because it's coated. And I like using the cast iron skillets is because it's the fact that cast iron can distribute the heat properly. It allows the chicken to crisp up. And my grandmother always showed me and taught us, use a cast iron. You can use other skillets, but it's not going to get that nice crispness. It's not going to really get as brown and cooked like you want it to, because cast iron really cooks evenly. And with this Dutch oven, if you notice it's coated, okay? And the one thing I like about the Dutch ovens is that I can clean this and don't have to season like you would a normal cast iron skillet, where you have to season it, oil it, and keep it preserved. With a coated Dutch oven or a cast iron skillet, you most definitely can wash it, soap and water, rinse it really well, and just make sure that the top part, and dry it very well so the cast iron itself won't rust. Okay. And then what I do is I like to let this cook about maybe 2 to 3 minutes so the outer part of the chicken can get crusted up. Then what I do, being in the industry, what I've learned, and also you can do it with a fork, I like using a knife. I like to go in and just poke my chicken. The reason why I do that is allow the grease to cook in between and cook the chicken thoroughly. Another thing is that you really don't want your grease to be too hot. Usually around 350 to 375. You don't want it any hotter than that, is because you can actually cook the outer part of the chicken quicker than the inner part, and then it won't be cooked all the way. Okay guys, now your chicken is finished. So just remember, when you're cooking your chicken, just make sure you have enough oil where it will allow it to float. You want the temperature of your oil to be around 350 to 375. That way your chicken won't burn. And then it turns going to be a nice golden brown. So you'll know that your chicken is done and finished. So thank you guys for watching. I'm Kian Young, and you've watched another episode of Cooking with Kian. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.